Our good friends Kate and Charlie Gibson host the Bookcase podcast. We're going to speak to them after this look at new writers getting a master class from some of the world's top storytellers.
My name is Max. I will be reading Sad by Me.
You may not have heard of these authors before.
The Boston Terrier was born in a shelter that was cold. He had brown fur and a white line in the middle of his head.
But their voices are important.
Anna, said the girls, it's us or your babushka.
These are the next generation of bestsellers, the students of 826 National, the largest youth creative writing program in the country. It serves nearly 500,000 students ages 6 to 18 every year through its online tools and 9 chapters, and has inspired dozens of other similar programs across the globe.
We're founded on the premise of writing as transformation, that writing is this joyful tool that is both intimate and powerful, can change the trajectory of your life, and we work to ensure that students everywhere have access to that tool.
It's a story that began here in San Francisco 20 years ago, when the acclaimed author Dave Eggers and educator Nineveh Caligari teamed up to support local educators by creating a writing tutoring program that also publishes their students' work.
We really work at teachers' behest, so we have the great honor of going and saying to any teacher, is there some project that you've always wanted to do? We'll bring the resources, we'll bring the man and woman power, we'll pay for the publishing. Can we help you make that dream come true?
Why is publishing so important, and what does it mean to the kids you work with?
You see a sense of calm that comes over kids when they've written their story and they've gotten it just right. In a world where so much is not within their control, they at least have control over their narrative. And so to publish it and to say you're good enough to have your story in a book, that's very empowering.
It's important to me to know that my voice has gotten out there. How I express myself is in a museum or in a book.
It's so fun to see a bunch of people just wanting to read your books.
826 also using the power of play to create magical spaces where kids feel safe and eager to share their voices.
Oh, I'm a storyteller. Ready to listen to my story?
In Chicago, students walk into what appears to be a secret agent supply store, but looks could be deceiving.
When our field trip classrooms come in, they see books and they are wondering where they're going to go. And then they come through our secret agent door for field trips in our writing lab, and there they get to be creatives and work together with our teaching artists and staff.
Right now, we're working on prompts, and it's to work toward getting my creative juices going and just really thinking outside of my comfort zone.
If you could write a curriculum that really would highlight what 826 is trying to do, what would you put in that curriculum?
We have published curriculum, and what we put in it was literally the most zany and joyful ideas to create enthusiasm and making everyone find entry points.
So this cat, what are his secrets?
He can't talk.
He can talk.
We have to get away from the 5-paragraph essay. We've got to find a looser, more joyful, more spontaneous way to get kids into the art to begin with, because it matters. They have to be heard. Their voices matter. There's too much at stake to discourage even one young writer.
Love this program. Kate and Charlie Gibson are here. Kate, they talked about the word transformation in the piece. This is really transforming lives.
It's incredible. First of all, Dave says that, if he's not writing a book, mostly he's sitting around. Writers sit around a lot if they're not writing. So he recruited these incredible writers to come in and teach classes. You can learn poetry from Amanda Gorman. Spike Jones did a storytelling workshop. Isabel Allende, my friend J. Ryan Strattle. They go into schools and they help kids find their voices so that they can write. It's really amazing.
The writers are volunteers, and the kids are volunteers that come in. But they learn creative writing, and it's not taught much in schools anymore.
And they make it fun.
And they make it fun. You and Allie should sign up.
Yeah, that sounds
and do it, because there's a chapter here in New York. There's chapters all around the country, and they get these kids writing their own stories. In the podcast, we talk a lot about how do you get kids to read, how to get to read and get their eyes off their screens and get them into books. But the CEO of 826 National, and 826, by the way, is just the address of their first headquarters. But the CEO, Laura Brief, says, while reading is access, we think of writing as power, and we want to be sure that students have access to that. the power that comes from being able to express yourself through writing.
Amplifies their voice.
Yes.
And what's your favorite book on writing?
I love a book by Anna Quinlan called Write for Your Life. That's more for adults than for kids, but they have a curriculum, as you heard, that people can do this anywhere in the country.
Yeah,
and you have a favorite
I have
book.
one right. Yeah, it's by a guy named Verlin Klinkenborg. It's called Several Short Sentences About Writing, and it just makes it so accessible and so easy. It kind of takes the intimidation.
And these kids get published. They put their stories in a book and sell them in the cities where they write them.
Fantastic. And we're going to hear more from the founders of 826 in an upcoming episode with Kate and Charlie on their podcast. But the latest episode of The Bookcase with Kate and Charlie Gibson streaming everywhere right now. You can use the QR code on the bottom of your screen to find or download it for free wherever you listen to podcasts. New episodes released every Thursday. Thank you for coming back.
Man, do you talk fast.
That was a lot to get through out
there. His mouth's on fire.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.